Welcome back to MTR, where it's been a ridiculously long time, a really long time, since my last video, for NF anyway. Big shout out to everyone who didn't click unsubscribe in that time, and I've said time way too many times. I did release my reactionalysis to this song, and within the hour I realized that I was actually watching it at 1.25 speed. And the comments were very quick to let me know that. And it's still accessible if you want to see it. It's in the description below. But this time, I'm watching it at the real speed. And I'm actually recording this intro in the future from what you're about to see, because I have this new setup, this microphone thing here, and there's lighting and everything, and it's still not the best, but it's happening, kind of. And unbeknownst to me, when I recorded my reactionalysis to time in real speed, there was an issue with the microphone, and you'll hear the sound difference straight away. So my apologies. Try your best to stick with it. Here it is. Just turning off. Oh no, I'll keep on the subtitles. Okay. I did love that string quartet.
Even if we both break
it's
down
so much
tonight,
slower.
and you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry, I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting, I promise I'm changing. I just need a little time to show you I'm worth it. I know that I can be a difficult person. I'm a stress case, drive you up the wall when I'm working. Actually, I'm probably worse when I'm not. You don't deserve it, make you nervous cause you know I'ma break soon. Every time I do, I say something that hurts you. Acting like I'm gone, but we both in the same room. I don't like to be wrong, which I know you relate to. And I know
I remember commenting a little bit about, and I haven't watched the video back for a long time, the whole going in backwards time thing, which I thought, is there going to be some spoiler at the end to show what put them in that situation? And I wasn't sure what to think of it, and I was trying to make all these connections and stuff, which I think needs to kind of stop sometimes. It's a little bit obsessive. But I did speak about the chord progression. I don't think that's right. And the reason why I don't think that was right was because I remember there being a chord which was not a part of the key. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I got it.
even if
Yeah. So just on that a little bit, and I know I covered some music theory here. When I say a chord that is not a part of the key, I mean one which doesn't use the notes or uses a note which is not a part of the scale. So if we're starting on, for example, this chord, which is the beginning chord played with that lovely string quartet, when you hear that, your tonal center becomes this note here, which is A flat. That means that we instinctively think, okay, in Western music, this song is going to be built around an A flat major scale. And it's very small, really. All it really does, and it's not that uncommon, is it tricks you into thinking you're going to be in that key. And goes to this chord, which is fine, because that's actually a chord using the notes from that scale I just played. But the next one is the one I'm talking about here. which is a B flat chord. That one is not a part of the A flat major key because it uses this note here, which is a D. That note does not fall into the scale. So if I were to rewrite this song using chords which were a part of the key, it would be a little bit more bland. Take a listen. This is the one that's affected here. You hear such a big difference. I just subbed this note here, D, for D flat, and it becomes a chord which is a part of that scale I played earlier. And you don't really have to have much music theory knowledge for that. So obviously this was intentional because what that chord does, because it's a major chord, as opposed to a minor chord, which I changed it to before, it gives it a lift. So take a listen. It feels like it's lifting up. And we hear that. If we're going to link that in some capacity, it is smart to do that because it becomes way too melancholy. In this chord progression of 4 chords, we would then have 3 minor chords and 1 major chord, which makes it have an overall sad feeling. But what there is here is 2 minor chords and 2 major chords. One of those major chords is not really a part of the key. It makes you feel like there's hope. It's more uplifting.
Cause you know I'ma break soon. Every time I do, I say something that hurts you. Acting like I'm gone, but we both in the same room. I don't like to be wrong, which I know you relate to. And I know I make you feel like you're at the end of your road. It's when I look at you and tell you I'll be better alone. It's just a pride talking, isn't it? Cause both of us know I'm the definition of wreck. If you look into my soul, comes out the most when I feel I'm in a vulnerable place. Made a lot of mistakes, I wish I knew how to erase. When I'm afraid, might get distant and I push you away. But no matter the case, I'ma do whatever it takes. Even if both break down tonight.
There's your strings back again.
And you say you hate me,
this time
and
with
we
the
go
chords
to
on the
bed
piano.
angry. I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting. I promise I'm changing. I just need
No. I stopped before the chorus for the time bit. There we go. I think something I didn't mention before was that tone color difference of vocals. And when I say tone color, I mean the quality of sound. I use this term often when I'm speaking about music because it's the term that we use when we're teaching the music curriculum here in Sydney, but it's interchangeable with the term timbre. And all that really means is, like I said, the quality of sound. What makes a sound that particular sound? That is, how can you tell the difference between speaking to your grandmother on the phone or your boyfriend? How can you tell the difference between your sister or your daughter on the phone just by listening to them? That's the quality of sound, tone color, or timbre that we speak about. I feel like I missed it last time that the I Just Need Time is done seemingly by a female vocal. And I know that NF is no stranger to having his vocals altered and the tone color altered to sound a little bit different. So let me know if that's NF or if that's actually a woman who's singing I Just Need Time. Take a listen. So you can hear that that's very much not the same as NF vocals, but it could very, very well be, but things have just been altered. That's number one. And number two, this strange kind of call and response between a higher pitched synthesized sound with a quality, like a vocal quality to it, with lower pitched choral or choir voices. What does that signify? I'll show you what I mean. It's all throughout the verses.
Acting like I'm gone, but we both in the same room. I don't like to be wrong, which I know you relate to. And I know I make you feel like you're at the end of your road. It's when I look at you and tell you I'll be better alone. It's just a pride talking, isn't it? Cause both of us know I'm the definition of wreck if you look into my soul.
Could that be the contrast between the conflict? Oh, I'm doing it again. I'm looking into it too much. I'm betting that I'm wrong about all this, but I overanalyze. Could that be the contrast between the conflict of, in this particular male-female relationship here, by the looks of it, could that be the contrast of that, the first voice or electronically enhanced voice being female, the second one being a collection of male voice parts? Could that be some kind of reference to the conflict here?
And we go to bed angry. I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting. I promise I'm changing. I just need time.
Interesting here as well, backing onto what I just said, we don't have that lower pitch male vocals anymore in this part or this section of the song, where, remember, I mentioned you have the female vocalist singing I Just Need Time, and you still have that higher pitched vocals, synthesized or electronically enhanced vocals, but now not the lower pitched male vocals in response to it like we had before. Take a listen. So is that at this point signifying I Just Need Time coming from this particular person who happens to be female, and that being replicated in that higher pitch that we heard earlier that I spoke about? And you can hear it here in the chorus. Take a listen.
I just need time.
There it is.
Before I bought you the ring, we were fighting back and forth like you were wearing a thing. Two passionate people not afraid to say what they think. Lead a passionate conversation when it's hard to agree. You know me well, sitting on the edge of my seat, looking at life, over analyzing everything. Always depressed, trying to find a better version of me. Searching for something I know's probably right in front of my feet. Stubborn as me, maybe not, but you're close to it. Got a lot of issues, I'm trying to work through them. Going to therapy for you, something that's worth doing. When I know you've been there for me through all of my worst moments, and I know it hurts knowing that I carry this weight on my chest, making it difficult for me to open up and connect. A lot of regrets, I apologize for all of the stress. That's not what I meant to do. You know I love you to death, even if both break down tonight. And you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry. I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting. I promise I'm changing. I just need time.
I think it's NF, isn't it?
I just need time. I need time.
We nearly finished the song, but I said I'm not going to make too many time puns. But I did say something in the last one which still stands because it's all relative. That chorus where it's I just need time is seemingly sped up. It's not really, because the tempo is still the same. You can count the beats and the beats are not faster, but the rhythm in the electronic drums are faster, giving this illusion of a quicker tempo, meaning an illusion that time is going by quicker or more is happening within that time. I don't think it's a mistake that this illusion of time is moving faster within the chorus when she's saying I just need time. And does that again psychologically signify that within that time there's so much going on in your head that you've got that time can move by faster, because every decision that you contemplate and then consequently make may have a huge effect on what's going on with the relationship. I don't know if that's the reason, but I don't believe it's a mistake of any kind. I don't think it's an accident. Not a mistake. I don't think it's an accident that if Tommy's produced this or composed it, that the drum rhythm is added and then seemingly sped up in the chorus. did we have that high strings there the first time? We'll go back and look in a moment. That's right. And it ends where they first met. And I think I spoke about the ending there and how it ends on, of course, that chord, which is an F minor chord in that chord progression. It's just the 4 chords throughout. And whilst I don't know what this is about and NF's relationship to this particular song and the woman who is portrayed here, I don't think it's a hopeful ending. And the reason why I don't think it's a hopeful ending is because there's been no harmonic change there. That it leaves it up as a question mark still, but at the same time, it also, the constant chord progression here makes it seem like, and the lyrics make it seem like these arguments and these situations are potentially happening often in this relationship. So I can tell that this is about reflection on the entirety of the relationship since they first met. But the ending here doesn't seem like, to me, anything hopeful. It doesn't. And a lot of love songs are always about, you know, getting back together or issues with the relationships but overcoming them. But I don't think there's any less of a reason to present a piece of work where the relationship is going not that great and you call it quits in this case. Because I get the sense musically that there could have been something more uplifting to show that the relationship is actually going to move forward. That being said, we can look at it on the flip side and say that the relationship is moving forward and staying because it does end on this minor chord and it's not uplifting, thus implying the continuation of the relationship is a bad idea. So everything I said is now null and void, and we... Oh, so what happens when I psychoanalyze people who are in video clips? And I just want to look at those high strings. And we'll look at the end.
I just need time.
It's not significant, but the repetition of the chorus is on this note. So it's very much focused on a G. All I was hearing was kind of a pedal note up in the higher strings, doubling that G from time to time. I don't think it's really relevant. But in saying that, that part of the chorus anyway is not moving melodically very much. It's really sticking on one note. Whereas NF singing, it's still within a very small range, but her melody is very much focused on that G, meaning that for compositional purposes, contrasting the melodies, but at the same time, bringing back the notion that there's a lot to think about here. Should I stay where I'm comfortable, or should I move further away and try some new things? At this point, this is where she is. As always though, let me know in the comments below, because I learn the most from you. I do, and I can research what this means, but I'd rather hear it from fans who are engaging with this. And I extrapolate my own kind of conclusions from them. And like we mentioned before in NF's videos, these are messages for people to be relatable. And just because they have one kind of meaning for NF doesn't mean that that meaning is strictly the same for everybody else who's experiencing them. So I do believe lyrically and thematically that these pieces of music are complicated enough to mean different things for different people who listen to them. And that's what we talk about. That's good creativity, right? Like there's storytelling, and then there's storytelling where your story can be understood, but the person listening to it can relate and extrapolate what they can from that. And that's NF's music. It's not whinging, it's not complaining, it's not here's my story. But here's my story, but let's leave it open-ended enough for you to be able to make it your story too in your way. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.